shine, yeah. And if the moon fell down tonight, I would be there no matter what. I wanna be the one to make you fall in love, make you fall in love, make you fall in love.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Denitza.
I'm Peter.
And this is Baby Mason. He says hello. So, instead of us telling you guys about ourselves, I went ahead and posted on my Instagram for you guys to ask us some questions about our lifestyle and motherhood. So we're gonna go ahead and answer those. I know you guys asked me them, but I'm gonna give you an answer, and Peter's going to give you an answer as well if he can. So that's the first one. Oh no, this one.
Alright, first question. Did you ever expect to be a military wife when you and your man were barely together?
Military wife when me and my man first met.
Did you ever expect to be a military wife? This person didn't use proper grammar, but are they asking, did she ever expect to become a military spouse with me?
I mean, at the moment when I first met him, I didn't expect to be a spouse, but I knew that it could lead up to that. So I just went ahead and continued talking to him because I really liked him. And if it ended up this way that it did, then I was more than happy to be a spouse.
Yeah, also with that, so when I met her, it was after my graduation, after I graduated boot camp. She actually took her cousin and I's picture graduation day. Little did I know, I didn't know her, but she was the one that taken the actual picture. And then I also saw her again when she came down to visit her cousin the following month. And I guess from there we just hung out for the hours that we were allotted, and I got to know her a little bit. She also went stalking mode and started following me and stuff around the PX and everything. It was a little funny, but also after that, I kept in touch with her when I went to the schoolhouse, and she didn't quit on me, even if distance was a thing. She still wanted to be there for me, and I don't know, I guess I was really unappreciative at first. I didn't really appreciate that attention and everything because I had a big head, just graduated boot camp, going through my Marine Corps career very early, and she ended up growing on me towards the end when I first got here, but yeah.
Okay, next question.
Next question is, how is it like living on base?
So, right now we don't live on base. It is considered base housing, but it is outside of the gate, so it's 3 minutes, if that?
Yeah, with traffic I'd say it's
So we don't technically
10
live
minutes.
on base, but we used to when I first got here. We lived with a friend of Peter's, and they live on base. I mean, it's not too bad. I feel like it's the same. Cherry Point is a small base, so I liked it.
Yeah, on base housing is really cool. Just the Marine Corps obviously has different locations and everything, so Cherry Point really needs to look into remodeling some of the housing that they do have on the installation. the housing that we stayed in was a little older, but it was convenient just for the family size. Once we got into our own house, so technically this house is on base housing, but it's located off base, so it's owned by the installation. So yeah, it's very nice, very roomy. I don't know if we'll ever get another house of this size, especially in the Marine Corps. We're very fortunate, and we do like it.
Yes.
All right, next question. How was birth? I'm so nervous for that part.
Answer that. Just kidding. You want to say your side of it first or mine?
Yeah, I'll go first. So
and this is like as a dad perspective. He obviously didn't give birth to Mason, but he was there for the whole thing. So
yes, it was rough watching Denisa go through pain and suffering and all that stuff that I can't really help out with. I'm just a spectator, you know, like every time she had a contraction or anything, I seen her reach for the little rails on the side of the bed, and she would shake and scream, and I was helpless. I couldn't do anything but try to calm her down with words, but words can only get you so far when you're about to give birth to a child. So it was definitely rough on her, and I had it very easy. Honestly, just sat there and napped a lot.
And for me, birth, hey, are you mad? Okay, so for birth, what I want to say is, if you're a first-time mom, and you're feeling like it might be the night or the day or the time, whatever time it is, just go to the hospital. Even if they send you home, it's better to have gone and figure out what's going on if you don't feel right than to just be at home in pain and not know what's going on. Because I was feeling weird, I was feeling pain in my back, and I kept telling my mom, like, I don't know if this is the real thing, and she just said, you know, go. If they send you home, it's okay, it's your first kid, whatever. So yeah, it was really painful. I know everyone has different pain tolerance, but I suck. I couldn't take any pain, and I just wanted all the medication they can give me. But I mean, it was super exciting just to go through all that and finally lay your eyes on your baby. So I feel like the pain is horrible, but it definitely is worth it.
Also, keep in mind, the night we went to the hospital, I was taking my sleep aid at the time, and it's something that puts me into a deep sleep so I can wake up real early in the morning. She's like, I feel real weird. I think we're probably gonna have to go to the hospital now. I was like, nah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Little did I know, I pop a scoop in my mouth, and I get into this good sleep. She wakes me up around like 1 in the morning. She's like, babe, we have to go to the hospital. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like barely awake, and she's like, we have to go to the hospital. I think I'm gonna have Mason. So we go, and I'm like half asleep driving, so dangerous. But yeah, she was right. She had that gut instinct, and we went with it.
Next question.
All right. Did you get the epidural?
Yes, I did get the epidural. I got there and I was in so much pain. I wanted it right away, but it turned out that I was, a 1 centimeter dilated?
Yes.
I was a 1, and they weren't even going to keep me there, but the lady was older and she was really nice. She said my contractions were coming in really strong, so that if she were to send me home, which was about 30 minutes away, that I would be right back before the morning. I was already 39 weeks and 4 days, so she just kept checking me, and then within like an hour I was at 2 centimeters, and by the time I was at 4 centimeters, they gave me the epidural, and it was the best decision I could have ever made. I'll probably get it again, and for those of you who could do it without the epidural, I give you props because I could not.
Definitely couldn't. That was a rhetorical question. I don't even know why you asked that. All right. Next question. What's been the biggest lesson about your first year in marriage?
I'll let you go first.
All right. I'd say the biggest lesson is, so most couples, when they first meet, they don't live together for a long time, and they don't have that experience of living with their significant other in the same household. So you definitely learn a lot about the person that you marry and you live with. You also gotta keep in mind, you gotta be real patient with each other, because patience is a very important factor in a marriage. It can ruin a marriage, or it can make a marriage great. And I honestly believe that it's something that I had to work on. She had to work on as well with me. Yes, patience, and you're really gonna understand and see who your spouse really is in the same household once you guys live together.
Yeah, so the biggest lesson for me, I could probably say, would be no matter how perfect you are or how you guys get along not living together, once you do move in together, you will learn a lot about each other, and just the little things matter most. Even if it's cooking dinner together, you know, someone cooking, someone doing the dishes, just make sure the work is equal, because it can get overwhelming, which will put a lot of pressure on one spouse, and the other one will end up, you know, mad, frustrated. So just do everything together, and you know, it just brings you guys a lot closer, because I remember in the beginning, Peter was living alone, so he was used to taking his food to the room upstairs, and it really would upset me when I would eat dinner at the table alone, unfortunately. But it's something that we worked on, and now we eat dinner together, and it's made our marriage a lot happier. So just work on the little things, and it will make your marriage a lot better and happier. And that was the last question. I didn't give it much time for people to ask us, but I think you guys got to know us a little bit. If you have any other questions, drop them down in the comments below, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, that's it for today's video.
It was nice talking with you guys. We'll see you on our next video.